last year, TFC is now a Big E production.
Right,
so
yeah. Shin Blanca divested his interest in it, and the last one, it kind of showed, you know? It wasn't quite the production it used to be. It wasn't growing like some other things are, and we're kind of wondering, how is the Fall Classic, does he want to do this? I mean, Big E's got how many tournaments in Philadelphia? Does he want to keep coming down here for this? I don't know, but that was a year ago. That was on our conversation plate. All the area TOs, us, Raleigh, Myrtle Beach, everything. Let's talk to Big E. Let's see what we can do. And then the world fell apart a year later.
Oh, I didn't know about that. Was Charleston involved in that?
Not yet. I mean, I was kind of just like, what can we do?
Right.
Because we also had...
It might have helped, especially because Charleston was one of the senior organizers on that staff.
I had everybody...
Lost in 2 feet. Ooh.
It's like, I know I can count on 2 or 3 of the squads. Like, I don't know a lot of the guys from other tournaments that we talked about for the tour, but I know at least 2 or 3 of us could put together. And like, that was the beginning of it, right? That was, all right, we have a network of people that we could trust. The next step is to start talking about the Fall Classic. And as soon as that comes around, boom, pandemic. So it kind of just all got put on pause, and now we're back to that point again. We have all these families that we know from around the area all coming together to play these games, and future's kind of in the air. So we're almost to the point now where we can start talking about the future when things get back to normal. So we're getting there, but I don't know how long that's going to be.
I think the biggest thing for the Fall Classic to be successful is, let's not put it in the midst of hurricane season. That, you know, just because we can't control that. So we can't control the pandemic, but if we know hurricane season in the southeast is going to be popping from like June, August to November, let's maybe not do stuff right where there can be flooding.
Yeah. I mean, there's some windows in the schedule of majors. There's only so many places you can go, but I think a month one way or the other could be much more fruitful. Like, it's not like you could just do that next month, right? If everybody had their vaccines done now and we're ready to rock, it's not like we could just do that shit next month. Something like that takes 6, 8, 9 months worth of planning.
For our pre-Thanksgiving community, bash that we're going to do, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it's even hit or miss at best. So like, it would have to be at some point before that. Mm-hmm. And September, October, I guess, is kind of empty on the calendar for the most part. But I can't even guarantee that, right? I wouldn't want to even try to plan anything for September right now. That's only how many? 6, 7 months away? I don't know if that's enough.
Toxic taunt. I think you're right. Like it's way too early to plan for anything, because we kind of have to see how the vaccine distributions go. We have to see how the mutations go and all the other stuff like that.
Yeah, that's barely even started in a lot of places. That could be a factor.
There's so many different things we have to worry about. Like, I could see, around that time being something maybe for the Carolinas to kind of get themselves ready.
Yeah.
AllLamb chipping away. Oh, that's a wrap. Mark throwing the big knee.
Like, I can see if we planned like 3 months from now, like maybe somewhere in May, if things are almost fixed, we'll have some locals back to a degree. We might be like outside in picnics and stuff. We might be small potatoes, but even then, like, okay, we're good. We know everything is ready at this point. If you wanted to do it big, it still takes like 6 months from there. You can't just do it big in a week's time. You need 6 months of airtime and publicity and hotels and stuff like that to get a couple hundred people together. It takes so long to prepare and organize for something like that I can't even physically imagine doing it before September, October at like the earliest. And that's if everything is perfect between now and then. You're going to see, it might have cost $5,000 to rent this hotel space last year. This year it's going to cost $7,000, and you have no insurance against it. Like, oh, okay, that's a thing now. Hooray! We have no idea. We have no idea what they're going to try to do this time around. On the other hand, you like to think these places would be desperate for the business to come back, right? They haven't had anything. That's such a huge source of revenue they've been without. You'd think maybe there'll be some, half-price things going on to get business pumping again, but we have no idea. No clue yet.
Oh, Mark is going into the roulette wheel. Mark's got a really. So when he starts playing aggressive, he likes to go for those big lows early in the set.
Yeah, he got his sea legs back in the last game and started to really turn it on a little bit. He got a little shook in the first one, but it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I got a little sense. I got a read on the guy. I go for that good shit every time. That's a favorite. Countless times he uses that feint. Last week he did that half a dozen times and caught people with it. That extra little delay on a low, and then top kick it. That's definitely a favorite tool of his. Just paralyze him for a second.
KO.
Ooh.
Oh, good patience by AllLamb. Very impressive so far. Kind of getting into his bag now. Getting real comfy, clutching it out. I'm hoping the South Carolina folks are paying attention. I can't help but feel like maybe they're a little cocky and took that lead.
I think a little bit. Oh, are the names swapped? Yeah, I think that's probably fair. Last week was a pretty good victory over Charlotte. Team without their best player, but still a pretty good victory. So you can't help but think, all right, we got this one.
There's definitely some might be a little bit of arrogance involved here. Might be something that we'll have to work on going forward.
The name's fixed. Yeah, names are good. Thanks, guys. I forget sometimes.
Hey, AllLamb breaking that little, I think it's the one throw?
Yeah.
Out of the, twice now in this same round. He's been breaking it pretty consistently the whole set. Oh, tagged her. It looks like AllLamb's pretty comfy with this matchup. Like, I mean, he hasn't been consistently punishing. He doesn't have those finer.
No, but he's not panicking, which is definitely better.
Exactly. Yes.
Ow.
Calm. You're in charge.
That kind of sucks that hers doesn't do anything. Her rage drive doesn't do anything in the open. I think it's a good position for her, but it doesn't start a combo, nor does it extend a combo. That's kind of on the lame side. Most of them do one or the other.
Well, I mean, it's also at the same time when her back's to the wall, it's a wall splat and a position change. You get a whole lot out of that.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Oh, man. AllLamb going in. Goodness. South